Imagine for a moment the quiet hum of a research lab, the focused gaze of scientists poring over data, the distant rumble of a rocket engine undergoing tests, or the silent, vast expanse of the cosmos captured by a telescope. This is the world of NASA, an agency built on precision, exploration, and the relentless pursuit of scientific truth. So when the announcement came in September 2017 that the next administrator, the person chosen to lead this venerable institution, would be a former congressman from Oklahoma, James Bridenstine, the reaction wasn't a quiet hum. It was a jolt, a collective gasp that reverberated from the halls of Congress to the deepest corners of the scientific community. The question hung heavy in the air, a question many found unsettling. Could this politician, with no scientific degree and a documented history of climate change skepticism, truly steer the course of America's premier space agency? The stage was set for one of NASA's most contentious leadership appointments, and indeed, one of its most unexpected journeys. The path to confirmation for Jim Bridenstine was anything but smooth. It was a turbulent flight through political headwinds, facing staunch opposition and drawing fire from both sides of the aisle, though particularly from the left wing of American politics. Critics pointed quite directly to his past statements regarding climate change, where he had expressed doubts about the scientific consensus on human activity being the primary driver. For an agency like NASA, which not only pioneers space exploration, but also serves as a critical monitor of our home planet, collecting invaluable climate data, this was a profound point of contention. Beyond climate science, there was a deeper, more fundamental concern. Historically, NASA's administrators had almost always come from a background steeped in science, engineering, or even military aviation, bringing with them a profound understanding of the technical intricacies involved. Bridenstine, a naval reserve officer and former fighter pilot, a background certainly impressive in its own right, lacked that direct scientific pedigree. He was seen by many as an interfering statesman, someone who might prioritize political agendas over scientific impartiality, or perhaps worse, attempt to unduly commercialize an agency whose mission was fundamentally about public good and exploration. The apprehension was palpable. Would NASA under his leadership drift away from its core mission? Would its scientific integrity be compromised? The debate raged, making his confirmation hearing one of the most closely watched in recent memory. Yet, despite the formidable obstacles and the intense scrutiny, Jim Bridenstine did step up to the role in April 2018. And what happened next surprised many. Rather than dismantling scientific programs or injecting overt political bias, Bridenstine embarked on a 3-year tenure that, by many accounts, proved remarkably successful. One of the most striking transformations was his evolving stance on climate change. While he never fully recanted his past views, he openly acknowledged the robust scientific evidence of climate change and NASA's crucial role in studying it. He often articulated that NASA's climate science was not about politics, but about data and understanding our world. This shift, whether born of conviction or pragmatism, helped to bridge some of the initial divides. He became a passionate advocate for the Artemis program, NASA's ambitious plan to return humans to the moon, including the first woman and person of color, as a stepping stone to Mars. He championed the development of commercial crew capabilities, seeing the value in private industry partnership to expand access to space. Under his watch, the agency saw the first crewed flights from American soil in nearly a decade, launched by SpaceX, marking a new era of space travel. He oversaw the continued success of robotic missions, including the Perseverance rover's journey to Mars. What became clear was that Bridenstine, despite his initial lack of scientific background, possessed an undeniable skill for leadership, a sharp political acumen, and an earnest desire to champion NASA's mission. He learned, he adapted, and he engaged. He managed to unite disparate factions around ambitious goals, demonstrating a capacity to lead a highly technical organization effectively, even when starting from an unexpected vantage point. He proved that perhaps, sometimes, the ability to inspire, to strategize, and to navigate complex political landscapes can be as vital as a string of scientific degrees for an administrator. When Jim Bridenstine stepped down in January 2021 at the dawn of a new presidential administration, he left behind an agency not only intact but invigorated, with clear objectives and a renewed sense of purpose. His 3 years at the helm had transformed him from a lightning rod of controversy into a respected, if still debated, figure in NASA's storied history. His tenure serves as a fascinating case study in leadership, demonstrating how a willingness to learn, to adapt, and to genuinely embrace an organization's mission can overcome even the most deeply ingrained skepticism. It's a reminder that leadership can manifest in unexpected forms, and sometimes the most challenging beginnings can lead to the most surprising and impactful journeys. What are your thoughts on Jim Bridenstine's time at NASA? Did his leadership style reshape your understanding of what it takes to lead an agency like NASA? Share your reflections in the comments below. And if you found this story thought-provoking, please consider subscribing for more journeys into the untold stories of science and exploration.